Caitlin is Iowa's daughter. How these two Midwest natives became Fever superfans. Caitlin Clark didn't notice Dale and Suzy Kuklinski at first. The Indiana Fever star walked past the married couple at a Fever golf fundraiser in August 2024 until she was forced to turn around after Dale said, "We're the face painters." "Oh, I know you," Clark responded. Either in Suzy's Ford Bronco or Dale's Ram truck, the two put their black Labradoodle Ricky in the back seat and drive 6 hours from their Wisconsin home to Indianapolis for almost every Fever home game. About 3 hours before tip, Dale and Suzy paint their faces in Fever colors from their Airbnb. It started off as Suzy painting Dale and her own face. "Dale's graduated to doing his own. It's quite impressive," Suzy said. Suzy will miss 3 home games this season, and Dale too. The couple view face painting as an additional way to support the Fever and show them you got them all the way, Suzy said. Looking for a free mini puzzle? Play the USA Today Quick Cross now. The two had no previous Indiana ties prior to April 2024, the month Clark was drafted by the Fever out of Iowa. Dale and Suzy agreed to travel for home games the night Clark heard her name called with the first overall pick. Dale called the Fever the following day to purchase season tickets. To Suzy, intentionally avoiding the Chicago Turnpike traffic and driving 450 miles down I-90 for home games is worth it. "I'm from Iowa," Suzy said when asked why her and Dale attend most home games. "Once you bleed black and gold, you're forever black and gold." Caitlin is Iowa's daughter. It's a small state and you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone in Iowa who doesn't know her. For anybody outside the state, they think Iowa is boring, and if you're not from a rural area, you don't get the beauty of Iowa. But they get Caitlin. So, she's what we've given to the world. Suzy started watching Clark during her freshman year at Iowa in 2020. That's when face painting for Clark's games began. Dale started joining Suzy in painting his face when he recognized Suzy did the same ritual for his Green Bay Packers. Dale didn't want to paint his face at first and only planned to do it once or twice for Suzy's sake. The look may prompt an occasional head shake from a family member, but Dale and Suzy find satisfaction when Fever fans smile at their look or kids in attendance say, "Whoa." "It grew on me when I saw how many people would smile and want pictures. It wasn't like, oh, people want my picture with me. It was more about how happy they were, and you would feel that positive energy from them," Dale said, holding back tears. "Seeing people high-five and saying, 'Let's do our best and cheer for our team today,' it's amazing." Dale understood his wife's fandom for Clark and bought Suzy tickets to the 2023 Final Four, where the Hawkeyes lost in the championship game. Dale didn't grasp the magnitude of Clark and women's basketball until he attended the 2024 Final Four in Cleveland alone. Dale hails from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, the same city Clark name dropped in a recent State Farm commercial. When the 54-year-old graduated high school, some girls' basketball players were still shooting underhand. At the 2024 Final Four, Dale said he was drawn to the positive energy and team chemistry displayed and noticed a vast improvement in the players' skill set compared to when he grew up. "It was like watching Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird," Dale said. "I haven't watched a ton of NBA over the last 5 or 6 years. But I'm super attracted to the women's sports because of the energy. That's what you get at the Fever game. And it's not just Caitlin. Thanks to Caitlin bringing us into the fold more, we're getting to see so many amazing players like Aliyah Boston," added Suzy. "I'm super grateful Dale jumped on board, and I think he might be even more of a fanatic than me." Suzy has more Fever converts than just her husband. Suzy works with Sean Judnick at Wood County Human Services in Wisconsin. Upon returning to work from Iowa games, Suzy would immediately tell Judnick and other colleagues about Clark's abilities and encourage them to watch highlights. Judnick didn't watch women's basketball before Suzy introduced her to Clark. She began doing more research on Clark following her conversations with Suzy and said she was flabbergasted when she first watched Clark highlights. With anticipation that Clark would land in Indiana as the first overall pick, Suzy spearheaded a work trip to attend Clark's first game at the Minnesota Lynx. About 15 of Suzy's colleagues joined her on a party bus to Minneapolis. "The WNBA really wasn't a thing in my life," Judnick said. "Dr. Grimm, Suzy, and Dale got me pumped up about it and told me about the WNBA pass, and now I'm religiously watching games." Dale and Suzy invited Judnick to watch the Fever host the New York Liberty on May 24th.